What's going on, people? Zap here, and I've tried to record this video like 4 or 5 different times, but I keep going over the length of the match, so let's not waste too much time and get into it. We're talking about the Xbox Series X and whether or not it is a good investment, how good the performance of the games is on the console, and just the overall aesthetic of the console. And I'm going to give you guys all my 2 cents on the Xbox Series X. So let's not waste too much time and get right on into it. Let's talk about the look of the console. Now, just like many of you guys, when I first saw the console revealed, I thought, man, look at this mini fridge. I immediately thought like, yo, this rectangular cube, this lanky cube, looks like a refrigerator. But upon getting the console into my hands, I realized that it wasn't nearly as big as it may have looked in like the promotional videos and the ads. It actually is a pretty small console, especially compared to the PlayStation 5. The PS5 is actually a pretty big console. It looks like an ancient book, um, but it still does look good though, regardless. But we're talking about the Xbox Series X. Let me chill. Um, the Xbox is actually a very nice looking system. The black, uh, matte black console looks really nice on your entertainment center because it doesn't stand out too much and it blends in very nicely with other appliances that you might have, like a stereo or a Blu-ray DVD player, or just anything that might be sitting on your entertainment center. It looks very, very nice. um, it's a very quiet console. It's probably the most quiet console I have ever seen. um, the only thing that threw my mind off was when I picked it up. It is a huge console. Now, with all the horsepower underneath the hood of it and how strong it is, I guess it kind of makes sense, but I was not expecting it to be as heavy as it was. So, keep in mind when you're first picking up that console that there is a little bit of weight to the system, okay? Um, the controller is essentially an Xbox One controller with an extra button for like sharing clips or saving clips or videos, things like that, pictures. You can just press that button, save your in-game clips really simple, really easily, and that's pretty much it. It's just the Xbox One controller with another button on it for saving stuff. Um, a big downside, though, is the controller still takes disposable batteries. So it doesn't come with a USB for charging. It doesn't come with anything like that. It doesn't come with a battery pack or an internal battery. It comes with 2 Duracell batteries. So yes, you still have to go out and buy a rechargeable battery pack or buy a USB cable so that you don't have to keep replacing batteries. That's just kind of how it is. I don't know if Microsoft has like a partnership with Duracell or something, but it's 2020 and we still have to go ahead and buy controller or batteries for our brand new consoles controllers, and that's kind of whack, to say the least. But thumbs up on the visual aesthetic of the console, thumbs down on still needing to get batteries in my controller in this day and age. Now, let's talk about the most important thing here. Alright, let's talk about the performance of the games, okay? Right now, what you're watching is me play Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. Now, this game came with a code for the game, or this console came with a code for 2 versions. It works for 2 versions. I can get this game on the Series X, or I can get it on the old school Xbox One. So I've played it on both, and let me tell you that the difference in the load times, in the speed, in the performance between the Xbox One and the Xbox Series X is night and day. Okay? I load in much faster than all my other console friends. I load in faster than some of my PC friends who have this game as well. Okay? This console runs this game visually and just absolutely performance-wise leaps and bounds better than its predecessor. Okay? Bear in mind though that it's not 100% perfect. Okay? I have had hiccups on certain maps, like the Moscow map. For whatever reason on that map, whenever I'm playing it, it's sort of like hiccups. Like there's a little bit of like stuttering or jittering. and it only happens consistently on that map. So I don't know if that's particularly a fault of the console, or maybe it's just something with the game, because I have had one of my friends tell me that they also experience a little bit of like hiccups, performance hiccups on that map. Probably not as consistently as I do, but it may or may not be an issue with the console. We don't know. Or maybe it's an issue with the game. I don't know yet. I haven't deep dived that far into the issue or looked up if anybody else is having that issue either. Um, but yes, I've played other games as well. I've played Halo 5. I played the Halo Master Chief Collection. I played Gears of War 5, 4, Tactics. I played all these other older games as well, and I can 100% tell you that being able to go back and play older Xbox 360 games, older Xbox One games that didn't initially run at 60 FPS, and I can run them at 60 FPS, 120 FPS, things like that, is absolutely amazing. I love it. I absolutely love it, man. Um, and you don't really understand how big of a difference, how big of a difference maker running it at higher frame rate is until you finally get to do it on a consistent level. Okay. So the performance of the video games so far has been top notch. I love it. We're at a point now where consoles are slowly starting to catch up to PCs. Granted, PC is always going to be like several steps ahead of console. Like I'm not denying that. But we're getting to that experience where it's like, man, this is mind blowing for it to be a console, you know what I mean? So thumbs up for the performance of the games on the Xbox Series X. Now, this is going to be the deal breaker for a lot of people because you look at it, you listen to everything that I say, and you're like, well, what about the new games? I don't want to play old Xbox One games or, Xbox 360 games on my Xbox, my new console that I just spent, you know, 500, $600 on, or if you bought the S, $300 on. What about the new stuff? Well, I got news for you. There is no new stuff right now. Okay, the Xbox Series X and the Series S didn't really launch with a killer app or a brand new game to go alongside it. The big selling point is Microsoft or Xbox Game Pass. Okay, that is the big selling point. Okay, you have access to a large back catalog of games to choose from, and that's pretty much it, man. Like, if you don't want to play old Xbox One, Xbox 360, original Xbox games on your new console, then the Xbox Series X probably isn't going to be for you. You can probably hold off until new games start to release. Um, but if you want to go ahead and get your foot into the next gen and you want to see what next gen has to offer and what's in store, um, then I highly recommend getting your hands on a Series X, or even if you don't want to spend the $600 on the, or excuse me, the $500, $600 on the Series X, then get the S for 300. You get the bump in frame rate. Um, and a pretty solid performance with that console. So, yeah, man. Overall, I got to give the Series X a big thumbs up, man. When I finally get my hands on a PS5, I'll be able to talk to you guys more about that console as well. I'm really looking forward to playing these new consoles and taking a deeper dive into the inner workings of them. Like I'm a gamer, and this Series X, and combined with Game Pass, has gotten me back into doing what I love to do, and that's just play games and have fun and be recreational with gaming. Now everything has to be super hardcore all the time. And I started to lose sight of that a long time ago. But now I can sit here and tell you that I'm having fun with gaming again. So yeah, man. Xbox Game Pass I think is well worth the money. Um, and I highly recommend it. Big thumbs up, man. If you're wondering what console to get, maybe get both if possible, but get the Xbox Series S for sure. If you're a little bit tighter on money this holiday season, especially with COVID going on, get the Series S. If you can shovel out the extra couple $100 for the X, then get the X, man. But that's pretty much it for this video. I went over the time again, but yeah, man, that's gonna do it here. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.